Callie with Adventure Rig, and we are out here in the Sierra Nevada mountains. We have been on an epic ski trip, and if you're following along, California has just been getting hammered with snow this season, and so we had to come out and see it for ourselves. It's been an awesome opportunity for me to test out the Point N Chutes Gore-Tex sensor mitts by Outdoor Research. When I first got these mitts, I didn't realize that they had finger liners on the inside. The inside is very soft fleece lining, but I just didn't know if those finger liners would keep my hands as warm. Now, I also feel like when someone says they're an expert in something, it's kind of a red flag before they talk about it. But I am an expert at having cold hands, so I feel like I'm a great tester for mittens. These are by far the least bulky and the warmest mittens that I have ever had. To get started, they're an undercuff design, as you can see, which is what I prefer. I don't prefer a gauntlet mitt. I like to be able to have my jacket over my mitts like you see here. You can always tighten down your cuff around the mitts, and this is great if you're in the NAR because you can ensure nothing is getting up your jacket. So I like that undercuff construction. If you prefer a gauntlet design, be sure to check out other mittens by Outdoor Research because they have a ton of different options. We have encountered a lot of different conditions out here in California, from extreme blizzard conditions to wet, heavy, warm snow. These have kept my hands dry, and that's thanks to the Gore-Tex membrane. Not only is the Gore-Tex keeping my hands dry, but it's working in conjunction with the EnduraLoft insulation to keep my hands warm. And honestly, if my hands aren't warm, I'm not having a good time. But I should also mention another important aspect to keeping my hands warm, dry, comfortable all day long is the inner lining of these mittens. This lining wicks away moisture, so if my hands start to get warm, let's say I'm hiking up to a bowl, that is going to wick away the moisture from my hands, so the mittens aren't going to get wet and stay wet on the inside, which is also key to keeping your hands warm and comfortable. Something I've noticed is that if my hands get a little bit warm on the way down, in the lift line, I just pop off the mittens for a few minutes, let my hands cool off, and then throw these back on. This is really weird for me because my hands have never been that hot where I have to take my mittens off in the lift line. So I know that these are working really well. They're helping to regulate my temperature all day long, no matter what kind of conditions we're skiing in. Whether it starts warm in the morning and ends up getting cold in the afternoon, these are working with me to keep my hands warm. This sounds pretty lame, but something I was so excited for with these mittens, I've got wrist loops. I haven't had any mittens or gloves with wrist loops ever in my life, and all of Tyson's mittens and gloves have them, and I'm so jealous because I've always wanted them and now I've got them. So talking to a couple of more features, you can see there's a nice pull-on loop on the inside of the mitten. It's easy to get them on with your mittens on. You also have an adjustable cuff here. I personally just have this tightened down, but again, you can adjust it to your liking with that hook and loop closure. These also have a clip to keep them together, so you're not going to lose your mittens, or you're not going to lose a mitten. If you lose them, you will lose both of them, but it's just nice to keep them organized and together. You also have nice soft suede on the outer thumb and inner pointer finger here, which is great for wiping your nose or your goggles. It's just a nice soft material that you have there. Being a full leather mitt, I know these will withstand years of abuse, and I will mention it is a goat leather. I prefer goat leather because it's a softer leather, and it means that when you pull these out of the package, you can throw them on and they're really comfortable. They don't require any break-in period. They're soft and ready to go. You also have touchscreen capability on the thumb in this black material, so you can easily swipe through your phone if it's too cold to take your mittens off. One last thing to mention before we wrap this up is sizing. I went to the T by Outdoor Research's sizing chart and ordered the size that my measurements told me to, and it was a perfect fit. I have pretty small hands, I would say, and I went with the size small, but like I said, use that size chart and you'll be dialed. If you guys have any questions about the Point N Chutes mitts by Outdoor Research, please leave them in the comment section below and we'll get back to you. If you're wondering where we are, what we're up to, check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Adventure Rig. If you liked this video or found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Callie with Adventure Rig.